Welcome to Starman. Our continuing effort to find him has failed. You, as the viewer, have the power. Please join us every week as we try to find one and also document the invasion.
Invasion for one, the Alien Alliance.
80 pages, no ads.
Chapter 4. Noon. When the emergency broadcast signal interrupted their afternoon soap operas, the good citizens of Melbourne, Australia, at first thought it was a hoax. A kind of Orson Wellesian stunt perpetrated by some programmer in their far less sedate sister city of Sydney. In a matter of minutes, they learned that they were mistaken, as their senses were assaulted by the warping of gravity fields and the whining of star drive engines. They knew then, for a certainty, that this War of the Worlds was fair dinkum. For real!
Spaceships, hundreds of them, so huge, they're blotting out the sky. My God, it's the end of the world. Where are our defense forces? Why don't they do something?
Because the invasion force was only recognized as an invasion force by an uncoordinated Earth defense network mere moments ago. Because by the time the truth was known, the aliens were already hovering in force over Australia's major population centers and strategic defense bases. Because to launch a nuclear counterstrike, even had such a launching been allowed by the Alliance, would have resulted in massive civilian casualties. Which is what happened anyway. On world maps, Melbourne will this day be renamed
Beachhead, Earth.
We shall note, Cahoon, that you have reduced the entire populace of Earth's fifth largest landmass to complete and utter helplessness.
And effective, as you no doubt understated, Daxamite.
The military might of your alliance is most impressive.
We have shown this puke-hole of a planet our ability to do to the other continents, just as we have done to this Australia.
You acknowledge, of course, that Australia has the lowest recorded incidence of metahuman activity on the planet. In other words, there are no heroes to oppose you here.
You think we Cahoon fear Earth's pathetic heroes?
Isn't that why you're waging this war? To neutralize their power?
At least we have taken action to avert its spread. All you Daxamites do is observe. Are you listening to me? What's come over you?
Power! Power!
Scourge of the Great Dream Nebula. The Daxamites. They're flying.
We are, aren't we? Indubitably, something we've never done before, and yet which we now do effortlessly, instinctively, as if born to flight from the gestation pod. What could possibly explain this sudden surfing of power? And what is its extent? Time, I think, for a little test. Astounding. In addition to being able to fly, our speed and strength make us literally invincible. Add our power to that of the Alliance, and we would be exceeding our mandate. As scientists, we must study this phenomenon, not employ it.
Each Daxamite possesses the power of an army? How?
We ourselves do not fully comprehend it. Perhaps it is the result of Earth's weaker gravitational pull compared to Daxam's, or this world's yellow sun as opposed to the red sun of our planet. Or...
Enough! A plague on your endless analysis. What the Alliance needs is not your theories, but your power. With might such as yours serving our side, Earth doesn't stand a chance of...
The conditions of our participation in this project were clearly enunciated. We are first and foremost observers. We will employ our newfound powers only if we are attacked.
That is the most cowardly.
Have a care, Cahoon. Recall what we have become.
Suit yourselves. With or without Daxam, we will decimate this planet. What is it about Earth that makes even our allies Supermen? And must we one day deal with these Daxamite upstarts as we deal today with Earth's metahumans?
Perhaps we could.
Our orders are clear. We remain neutral. Our orders did not take into account these powers. A full report will be beamed to Daxam. I predict we will not remain neutral long. Unless you have been granted the additional power of foresight, I suggest we wait and see.
But, as the Cahoon said, with or without the Daxamites.
The Australian army is routed. Their air force has been shot from the skies. All ships of the line have been sunk. Despite scattered pockets of resistance, Australia's armed forces have been utterly destroyed. The other nation-states of Earth fear to attack us out of concern for the civilian populace. Let us alleviate their concerns. No conventional force remains to oppose us. The Australian government, as it exists, has been cowed and sues for peace. Herd the populace into camps near our bases. You anticipate a counterattack? No. Having seen our utter decimation of this nation, the Earthlings would be fools to arouse our ire. But humans are like lesser castellans. They act irrationally when frightened. As long as they remain ignorant of our true intentions, their terror can be played upon. Having seen how easily we conquered this continent, they will assume we can take the other 6 just as effortlessly. They will wonder why we do not, and we shall let them wonder for a while, feeding their fear of imminent attack, so that they will be in the proper state of mind when we offer them the illusion of hope. Until that time, they must restrain the very power that might save them. They're heroes.
So it began. For weeks I have felt a foreboding of some unfathomable alien evil threatening Earth. Now that evil reveals itself.
But can this invading alliance be ignorant of Earth's superpower defenders? I cannot believe it. Many Earth's heroes have won intergalactic renown.
Even we, whose might is of a mystical nature, while more at home in the shadows, have at times stood revealed to the cosmos. Before this invasion proceeds apace, we must stand up. I am summoned by they who cannot be denied. Ectoplasmic power flows through unliving fingers, a portal between our reality and some other realm opens, heeding the eldritch invitation. The specter passes through.
The Alien Alliance. Invasion of One.
Plot and breakdowns. Keith Giffen. Script. Bill Mantlo. Pencils. Todd McFarlane. Inks. Chapter 1. P. Craig Russell. Inks. Chapter 2. Al Gordon. Inks. Chapter 3. Joe Rubenstein. Inks. Chapter 4. Todd McFarlane. Letters. Gasper. Colors. Carl Gafford. Assistant Editor. Kevin Dooley. Editor. Andrew Helford. Special thanks to Bob Greenberger, Mark Wade, and Tom Christopher.